Well, welcome back. We are doing a double header today. We are doing two tag videos. Well, they're basically the same. First of all, welcome back to CG Rated Books. I'm Charles Gregory, and this is another BookTube tag. This is actually the New Year same old me book tag. So it's actually going to be in conjunction with the tag that I did earlier today. Uh, However, this tag is going to be quite uneventful. Eventful. Uneventful. Quite uneventful. Where's my. Spit that out. Quite uneventful. This is basically, these two tags are basically based off of reading goals. I don't normally have reading goals. I just like to read. I read. And now I have the newest of challenges is to be able to find content to put up for my channel because I like to read. But being able to be consistent calls for me to be able to have to produce some type of presentation for you guys. So I did not want to ignore this. I love receiving tags. I really do. And so I don't want to not say something. And I was very beside myself about whether or not I wanted to just throw this into the back of the other tag that I did, the New Year, New Me. This is the New Year, same old me. And unfortunately, it is actually going to be my unfortunately fortunate BookTube tag. Yes, I'm going to change it up a little bit. This was actually a spin-off from the original tag. The original tag, New Year, New Me, was originated and designed by Kevin Toll over at Kevin Toll Reads. And then James Rucola from, is it Quaint? Quaint and Curious Volumes is the name of his page, Quaint and Curious Volumes. Decided to do a spin-off of the New Year, New Me, and this is the New Year, same old me tag. But like I said, it is based off of having a reading goals, reading challenges, reading agenda. I don't have one. So I will put the questions in the prompts. Won't have anybody to actually tag for this because most have already done these. But you know what? On second thought, I will. I am going to tag Matt, and I'll put it back in the end of the. I'm going to tag Matt from Random Rhythm Pathways. I don't know if he's done this one, but I know that he did the other one. So why not do them both, right? Yeah. So we'll at least have one person to tag on this. So I'm gonna run through the prompts, but then I'm gonna have just a bit of a conversation about what I actually do, and how basically I'm probably not going to change that. This is going to be I did do the New Year, New Me tag, but it's going to be the New Year, same old me, because I'm very stuck in my ways. And so I'm very interested in doing this. So Alan, apologize for not actually following the prompts correctly, but half of them I don't really have appropriate answers for. So we'll go through them and we'll talk about them real quick. So the first prompt, there are same 9 prompts for the old tag, 9 prompts for the old me tag, and then 9 prompts for the new me tag. First one is regrets, right? What is one book from your 2024 reading goals that you regret reading or that haunts you? Okay, I don't have one, didn't have a book on the reading goals list to actually go through and finish. I did have several books that I did read. So same book I did before. I used this book in the last one. Don't necessarily regret it. I don't regret reading books, even if I don't like them. I don't DNF books, and I don't regret reading them. I try my best to finish them, And how do you not regret a book that you didn't like? You talk about it. So book review is to come. Fern Michaels, Under the Radar. Question 2, Penitence. What is one book on your 2024 reading goals list that you feel guilty for not reading? I read every single book that was on my I'm going to read list. My WTR and my currently reading. My RIP. I have a RIP list, reading in progress, and I have a WTR, want to read. Right? So everything that was put on my RIP list was read. Except this one. I did start this one last year, The Glass Castle by Jeanette Walls. I haven't finished it yet. I'm going to finish it. 3, Albatross, right? Are there any books you had on your 2024 TBR that you are glad to say you won't read in 2025? I hardly ever go back and read a book. Hardly. There are some books I don't quite finish that I will go back and I'll always backtrack a little bit, but I don't DNF it. I just find that, and there's very few of them, very few. I don't not finish books, but I do have a tendency to not reread them as well. I'll keep them. I haven't reread much books except like some of the shorter books, the children's stories. I've reread those a couple of times. Number four is Pruning, right? Have any 2024 books led you to reconsider any long-term reading projects? Don't have any. I don't have any long-term reading projects. I don't want my reading to become a chore. And if I say to myself, I'm going to read so many books, then when I don't get those books done timely, it's going to feel like pressure. I'm going to want to have to read them. I'm going to have to want to change my plans. Oh, you know what? I would like to go watch football with you guys, but I've only got so much more time left, and I really need to take that time to read. I don't want that to happen. I don't want my reading to become a chore. Prompt number 5, lying Fallow. What is one author or genre that you're taking a break from in 2025? My books come to me randomly. If I'm not reading it, it's because it didn't cross my path. Or I was interested in another title, and if I liked it, then I'll end up coming back around to it a little bit later. If I like a couple of books, let's just say I go to the library and I start to do my search and I find 3 books, and I know that I'm not going to be able to finish all 3 books before they have to be turned in, then I'm probably going to leave one behind and put it on my WTR list and come back and get it later. I don't put in I'm going to read this goal, challenge, calendars. I don't do that. I just read them as they come. And there have been books that I have put back on the shelf that I never ever came around back to because by the time I went back to go pick it up, there was another book that caught my interest more. And when I weighed the 2 of them together, I picked the other one. So there are some times where I don't read a book on my WTR list as quickly as I would like to, but I usually eventually come around to it later. Let's see. Number 6, the Scape Goat. Are there any formula? Why does that sound weird? Formula favorite authors you're not going to read in 2025? No. Fern Michaels. I guess that is a yes. I'm probably not going to come around back to this one. Now, this book was received from the bookstore challenge. You go in there, you slap $20 on the counter, and you say, if anybody's willing to participate, go pick out books, and I'll read them. Right? This is one of those books. I'm probably not going to return to a Fern Michaels title. This book was that unsatisfying. I am really sorry to say that. There's a lot of this. She's a popular writer, right? And this is number 13 in a long, ongoing series. So every author is not for everybody, right? No offense to anybody. Prompt number 7 is stay the course. Is there any series that you started last year that you might complete this year? I don't read a whole lot of series. If I can remember correctly, right, I believe there are only 2 series that I've read that I can even recall. One of them is the Book of Ember, which I've read the entire series, and the other one was Viking by Tim Severin, which was a trilogy, historical fiction novel collection trilogy, and it was very, very, very good. I had to do a lot of backtracking. This guy, Tim Severin, is a historian, and yeah, he's very, very knowledgeable about that era. And his information on it had me going, pulling out my dictionary. It had me going back and rereading things after I had to look up references. But I enjoyed the story. I really did. But those are the only 2 books in a series that I've actually read the entire series for. Number 8, and we're moving right along. Prompt number 8 is breaking walls. Okay, this is the bonus, and I am going to link the other video, the New Year, New Me, to this particular one so that you can see that I've already answered this one. I have a lot of hobbies, and this one is, do you have any non-book related goals for 2025 that you wish to share? I've already shared some of it, and I'm probably going to share them again in another, hear me out discussion where I just talk about miscellaneous things. But I am a Mustang enthusiast. I have a Fox Body 1993 Fox Body Mustang. I plan on doing a lot of work with that this year. I moved into a new home, so I'm gonna finish the office. The office isn't quite finished, but the master, the guest room, and the gym are extremely lacking in being completed. So we're going to take on that task. We are going to do some more poetry writing. It's non-book related in the sense of reading, hobbies, reading, other authors. But it is book related in the fact that I am going to try and get at least 1 book released by the end of the year. So that's another goal that I'm trying to reach. That's a non-reading goal. And then number 9 was teamwork, tag others. I am going to tag, if he's done it already. I haven't even checked to see if he's done this one. Matt from Random Reading Pathways, you're tagged. And I don't really get into the habit of tagging a lot of people. I've seen some, we got a long list of people that they've tagged on their videos. 1 tag is enough. I've got enough folks that I don't really keep up with that I'm subscribed to. Not necessarily that are subscribed to me, but I've got over 600-700 channels that I'm subscribed to that I don't keep up with enough to be able to tag and find out who tags and who doesn't. So I'm unprepared. But that's it. That is it, right? We are going to close out this video with that simplicity. But it's unfortunate because of the tag, but it's fortunate because it doesn't belabor my reading experience. I don't do reading goals. I don't do TBRs. I don't want to feel tasked or chored into reading. Anyway, thanks for joining me again. And thanks for sticking it in. I could have had a lot of people just abandon the subscription of my channel. But you guys hung in there, and I'm back. And yeah, I'm excited. So, thanks for joining me. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. And as always, y'all just keep reading.